Okay, so Miss Boma, over to you.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So, welcome to day 2. Sorry, today is day 2 of KodeCamp. So, before we start properly, I want to know how you guys are doing. How you were able to put what you learned over the week into practice. So, just one person before we start this class. Hello? If I don't get one person in 30 seconds, I would start. Oh.
All right. I was able to make these corrections to the workflow task that was given to us. So I just what thing I didn't do was I didn't create a flow in which you'll be able to connect the is it the payment? Yes, how the seller is going to get his payment. So having a wallet, from the wallet, you could actually retrieve the funds, receive funds, and the likes.
Okay, thank you very much. So, like I said, today we're going to be doing a live design. Well, not really a full design, but we're going to draw out wireframe and everything. From the topic, we all know that today we are sketching, and after I introduce what it is, what it means to sketch, and the rest of them, we are going to do live designs. So I hope your systems are all ready. If you're currently with your laptop, just raise your hand. Let me know how many persons are following. Okay. So that's very good. We have plenty of people that will be designing with me live. Okay. So today what we are going to talk about is the importance of drawing your ideas on paper. In the previous class, we talked about how we can go through the whole UI UX process to come up with a solution. So today we are going to talk about how to now sketch this your solution on paper or with your system. So let's go. All right, so everyone, today we'll be talking about the different UI design stages that we'll go through after you've been able to carry out your research, gather everything. Now, there are different stages you have to go to. So all the pictures I'm using, I actually got them from Google. So we'll talk about low fidelity, the medium fidelity, and the high fidelity. Now, when you talk about low fidelity, we have the sketching and we have the wireframe. We're talking about medium fidelity, that's mid fidelity. That's when we talk about your mock-ups and the rest of them. Then your high fidelity is your full prototype. So now, what is idea generation? We already talked about it in the previous class. I know that it's the third stage in the design thinking process. Now, what is idea generation? Idea generation is just where you generate your ideas and the solutions you've come up through the sections you had in the past, like your research, after researching, analyzing your research and everything, you now come up with the ideation process where you sketch, you prototype, you still brainstorm, you think of the worst idea, you think of the possible way to solve this problem. So that's just idea generation. You gather everything you've gotten so far, and put them together. So now, what's actually the importance of sketching, of putting your ideas on paper? Now, the importance is that at this point, you don't get to limit yourself. You would want to explore your ideas. You think about different things. You explore multiple options before you now come up with a particular design concept. So it's very important. It's very necessary as a UI/UX designer for you to be able to draw what you have in your head. The possible solution you have in your head, you draw it on paper and you go, oh, you draw it on paper and you go along with it. So Tonye,
Yeah.
so your hand is up.
Oh, sorry, that was a mistake.
Okay. So please try not to put out today's your hand. All right, so now we are going to be sketching some ideas on paper. Now I want it to be in the way that I don't get to limit what you have. So in the previous tasks, we talked about an e-commerce platform. So we'll think of some screens and we are going to sketch it. Now, what is sketching? Sketching is just bringing your ideas and put it as the initial, and represent it with what you have in your mind. Now, at this point, your team can contribute to the development. That they can help you to think of different ways you can put this. So now we are talking about wireframe. Wireframe is just putting all these things you've gathered now, your information, the user flow, everything you've gathered, you just put it on a paper or on a digital platform. Now, I wanted to ask this question. What's the difference between sketching and low fidelity? Before we continue, one person, please.
So I think sketching just has to do with using pen and paper. Then low fidelity, you're actually using a tool to represent your ideas.
Okay, so if low fidelity, you say sketching, you do it on paper. But do you know that sometimes you can also do low fidelity on paper?
Yes.
Yes, you do low fidelity also on paper. So it's just still it's the same sketching, but then when it comes to sketching, you can have rough sketches. Like at that point, that's the first stage. You don't know where to place your button and the rest, but you just know that as I'm designing this app, I'm supposed to put a button here and I'm supposed to put it here.
Your
So for
network
sketching,
is
you can just do on a paper, anything. It can be get to. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, it is.
So when we talk about low fidelity, they are just basic. So after sketching on paper and the rest of them, you cannot try to arrange it. But it's also rough, but not like your sketching. Like, what illustration can I give? Okay, just like you in biology practicals, you're trying to draw. At some point, you don't really know you're not drawing the full animal. You just try to put leg here, put hand there, just scatter it every bit. But as you're scattering it, at that point, you're trying to gather more information on how it's going to look. Now, for low fidelity, you've actually dropped everything you want on your paper, and you know how okay, you can start arranging it bit by bit. This should be there. Okay, you know, this is your text. This is where you put your text, but they are still basic when it comes to it's still very basic. You don't think of your grid, you don't think of color, you don't think of all those things. You just want to get this solution. You want to get a picture of your solution. Now, what is mid fidelity? I'm trying to be fast with the explanation so that we can go over to using the tool we'll be working with today before our time elapses. So we have the mid fidelity. Now, mostly we use mid fidelity when we are designing. That's the most common used wireframe. Now, at this point, you know where your features can be. You know where you put your image. This is the point where you use the box with your lines to illustrate that this is picture part of it. You use typography at this point. You can put your, but you still don't know the colors you want to work with. So now for me, if you're following these processes, sketching, this, that, it might be time consuming. So at this point, you can just start from it. You're not limited to what you're starting with, sketching or anything. Once you know the solution you're trying to solve, you can use anyone. So instead of trying to draw on paper, bring it back on Figma or any of the tools you're using, then start doing all those times, you're actually wasting time. So I thank God for technology where you can skip the process of you sketching on paper and still sketching. Sketching on paper is just a traditional way. You can skip this process and still move straight to your system to sketch with your system. So now we talk about the high fidelity wireframe. We all know the high fidelity wireframe, which is at that point, you know your color, you can think of the color, you know where you place your everything. It's not very clear what you're trying to solve, but you can still iterate it because you're doing it for users. So when you get to testing, your users can give you solutions, can tell you what to do better, and you can still do it. So like what I have on my notes here, they say high fidelity.
You can't hear you. You're getting skip.
Okay, so sorry for that. So for the low fidelity, you can use dummy text. You can use any of those things, gray boxes filled with X to indicate your image. But once you come to your high fidelity wireframe, you use the image that you want to use. You use the image that is in your head to now do your work very well. So far, any question before we continue? Because the next phase we are going to is practical, and we need time to be able to achieve that. Hello. Any questions so far? Okay, Solomon Emmanuel, your hand is up. Please unmute.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask the difference between low-fi and low fidelity and high fidelity and the mid fidelity. What's the difference between the three of them?
Okay. So the difference between the three of them is just the arrangement and the improvement on it. In low fidelity, you don't really have a clear picture of what you want to do. It can be with it can be with just boxes. You use boxes in low fidelity, you use boxes as your text. You can just put a box and this is where my text will be. This is where this will be. But once you get to your mid fidelity, at that point you start using the actual text to place them. You now start arranging very well. It's becoming clearer for you. Then your high fidelity, that's when you already know the colors and everything you're using. But from low fidelity, you don't know what you're using. You just know that text is supposed to be here, but you don't know the font style you're using. You don't know the color you're using. You don't know any of those things. So your low fidelity can still be the same as the sketch. Sketching, you can do it on paper. You can also do it now digitally. So before, people feel that sketching is when you use paper and pen to just draw. It's still the same as your low fidelity. But the difference is just the arrangement and how you get clearer pictures of it as you proceed. Okay, so have I answered your question? Any other question before we move further?
Actually, I want you made mention of middle fidelity as well.
Yes.
Middle fidelity as well. So what's the difference between the two of them that you explained already?
The difference. Okay, now just look at this picture. Look at the picture on my screen. Can you see the picture?
I can see it, sir.
Okay, so now this is low fidelity. What can you see there? You see that there's no text on it. They just indicated that this place we are supposed to put text. Hello?
Yeah, yes, I'm with you, sir.
Yes. So, sorry, I'm a lady. So it's just indicating where and where this is supposed to be. There's no text on this mid fidelity. So you create it roughly, like without any grid, anything. You just have your idea. You have what you want to build in your head. You bring it down and you start placing it without text, without any of those things. Just sketching it. That's low fidelity. Now, if you look at this mid fidelity, what can you see that is different? You can see that at some point you have the text, but there's still no color. It's still with your black and white. You don't have any color indicating how it is. You just have place where your text is supposed to be. You use an emoji or a box with X to indicate that, okay, this is where a picture is supposed to be, or you can use a dummy picture to place on it. Then once you get to high fidelity, you can see that everything is clear. It's clearer. Now, someone is asking, when do you get to use it? Now, it's very, very important that you it's very, very important that you use it at every point. Once you're starting a design process, you make sure that you sketch your idea. You put things in place so that once you're looking at it and it's not solving the problem you want to do, once you're sketching and you're doing your your low fidelity and mid fidelity, you can see mistakes for yourself and be able to correct it immediately. Like for instance, now looking at this picture here, if this is your let me use this for instance, this is your mid fidelity, but this is high fidelity, and you did not include a back button, or you did not include a point where your users can go back when you're designing. If you've gone far and you put it like this, it will be very hard for you to now start changing the designs. But once you start with your sketching, your mid fidelity and the rest of it, you can make corrections before you go over to the full designs. Now, before you get to that point, you already know your fonts, everything. It's not very clear. So the mistakes you make when you get to high fidelity would not be much as compared to when you don't do any of those processes. Okay, so are we clear on that now? Hello, are we clear on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, since there is no question, let's go over to balsamic. So everybody type this on your web browser. Bals So have we done that? Have you?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Okay, so what can you see on your screen? Let me.
Life is too short for bad software.
Okay, so can you see my screen now showing balsamic? Is BALSAMIQ.
Yes.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, so once you see it, you just click on the first one and it will take you to the balsamic page. Now I like the software because they are giving us inspirations. Once you come in and they are telling you life is too short for you to be designing using bad softwares, and anyone can be a great designer. So let's go. You have to scroll down till you see start balsamic cloud triad. So you click on there, you click on it. So it's loading. If you've not created an account, this is the point where you have to create your account. So please follow me together so that I'll know when you're having issues and we get to fix it before we move further. If this is your first time, you have to sign in with your Google account or any of the things you want to use. You see where to use your username or password, but I prefer that you use your Google account so that it will be very fast.
Okay. I'm going to.
Okay, can we proceed? Please, two
Yes.
persons, have you been able to? Okay, we can proceed.
Yes.
Okay, so you start a new project. Click on a new project. How did we get here? Okay, so just go to, for those just joining us, go to balsamic.com. Then scroll down, you see where to tell you sign up using cloud for free account. You click on it, link it to your Google Gmail, to your Gmail, and you arrive at your first project. Can we proceed?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is my own balsamic account. I already have two screens that I would want us to work on. But the assignment, you will not get to work on this one, you get to work on another thing. So this is the balsamic screen and the interface. This is where you get everything you need. You see where my mouse is going. Okay, this is the library where you can get all you need to be able to work on it. So now let's try to from the look of this thing, this is an onboarding screen and this is the home screen. So how do we get to this point? So let's go. You have to go down, you search. This is where I have an iPhone. So you click on it and drag it and bring it down on your screen. Take it up. Now, once you're to enlarge this screen, you take your mouse to the down part of it and you hold down shift to make it the size you want. You can see the different model, iPhone 8, 7, 6, SE, like that. So let's work with iPhone X. So now we've gotten our screen on it. So the next thing, we need a picture. We need a picture. So this is an image. You can see its image. You drag it and you bring it down on the screen. You increase the size. In Balsamic, make sure once you're trying to increase something, make sure you use shift so that it will be the same. And you can see you have lines and lines showing you when it's at the center. So you can just quickly place it there. Now, what do we need? We need a text. We need a text. Let's just assume that we are trying to design a food delivery app. We need a text for this. So we scroll down and we see some text. We take it up here. Type what you want to type. Let's say the fastest food delivery. So as you can see, it's very small. So you come to this part of the screen where you have your label and you increase your fonts. You increase it to the size you want. So this is in 40 pixel. Try to keep it so that it's at the center now. So you place it. Now you can hold in it, underline it, place it at the center. You can freestyle it, anything you want to do with it. Now you also have the points where you can select if it's a normal state or a disabled state. So this is a disabled state. Let's take it back to normal because this is the first one we want. So yeah, you can also add a link to your websites and the rest of them. But we don't need all this. Now we've gotten our header text. So we need to get the other one. Please, if your mic is okay, so let's move further. We can as well use the same text we used there, but it's not advisable since we need like 2 lines or 3 lines as the case may be. So you scroll down, but then everything you're looking for is here. So let me try this. Food is a substance containing protein, carbohydrates. So let's see. No, this is not what we need. So the thing is, you might not know all together. You need to try them out till you get what you're looking for. So this is what I used for this particular one. So let's just increase the size of this to increase the size. Okay, so this is better now, and you centralize it. As you can see, there's a link to change the color. So the reason why it's showing like this is because you already set their color, the colors that they want to use. So let's remove it and make it our own text. So let it be like this is our text. Or let me just type that food is a substance consisting saying facts and others. So that's it. We've gotten our text. So we can now reduce it. So this is the point where you don't use, you can leave it like that or you change the color. And mind you, you have to present this to your stakeholders or to the clients most times. So you can make it fine. One thing about designing is we are not limited to a particular pattern. You can make your wireframe fine. Nobody is telling you that it must be black and white or the rest of them. So we can.
Sorry, I want to ask you.
Okay, please go on.
I don't know why you picked the tool you use for creating this food is a substance. I don't know what you clicked on.
Okay, this is it here, text.
All right. I get it now.
And you just type in what you want.
Oh, I got it.
So then now we need a button. So still, it's all about searching for what you need. You go down. Okay, this is a button, but it's not like a normal button. If you still go down, you see more buttons that you can use. This is also a button. But then let's just use this one. I hope we are all designing together because should export this file and send it. Okay, so let's make, as you can see, this button is, let me increase the button to 20, 40. Okay. What can you see in the button? One part, it's not equal and it's not good. So what we'll do here is we can, if you know, once I click on menu, you see an icon. So you can remove it or you keep it anyhow you want. Then I will change this pointer to none. So we have a button with this menu. This is a menu icon. So let me search for another icon. Let's say search and see what will happen. As you can see, it has added a search icon to that part, but we don't need it, so we have to remove it, then uncheck the menu. So we have our button set for us. We've arrived at our first screen. Now, without explaining to somebody, you just know that this is an onboarding screen. So by the time you take this to Figma and start working on it, you already, what you're doing now, you have a picture of what you want to design. You have a picture of it. You know that you're going to put image on this image box here. You know that this is a text. You put the text you want. You know this is your subheading. You include it here, and this is your button. We've gotten our onboarding screen, like we've gotten our first screen. Now we'll move over to the next one. This is you sketching, actually. This is you sketching your idea. Now we'll move over to the next one. But what you do is you don't need to go and start looking for it all over again. So I just press my Ctrl D, which is to duplicate it, and you drag it and you place it next to the screen. So now let's say we want to design. Should we just go with this or we should think of another concept? So let's
Let's go ahead with this.
Okay. Yes. Click on. There is a click on the stats trial. Click on it, and that's it. Adeola, you're lost. Please unmute and tell me where. Hello, Adeola.
Hello. Yeah, my network
Okay.
got disconnected, so I could not like I'm lost
You could
totally.
not get it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first step, you go to balsamic.com. Once you click on it, are you with your system?
Yes, I'm with my system. I already created an account, but then it's saying
Okay.
welcome to Balsamic or something.
Yes, you now see create your first project. Click on it.
I clicked on it.
Okay, you've clicked on it, and it's has it
Yeah.
taken you to a blank screen?
No. Okay, yes, I'm on a blank screen now. New wireframe.
Yes, just click on the new wireframe.
I've clicked on the new wireframe.
Okay, so what is it showing you?
It's just showing me a black page, then up at the top navigation bar is showing accordion,
You can see.
alert.
Yes, that's it. That's the point. So you now scroll down till you get to the part where you can see iPad, iPhone. So this is where you select the screen you want to use. So you click and drag. You drag and drop it, or you just double click on it to add it. So get an iPhone first.
Okay. iPhone.
Have you done that?
Yes.
Okay. So you've gotten the iPhone. Then this is an image placeholder. So you scroll down, you get image placeholder, you click or double click and drag it, drop it on it. You still scroll to that part you can see, look for text. You can see some labels, some text like that. So I guess from here you can pick up.
Yes.
Okay. So now,
yes.
all right, thank you. So let's continue. So this is, we are about to design this particular screen. So what are we going to do? Still the same thing. We'd have to search for our icon holder. So this is it, icon. You click and drag it to that point. Then you search for the icon. One good thing about it is once you know where you want to place there, you can search for it. If it's settings, you see different settings. So we are looking for home button. No, this is not home. Hamburger. Okay, so this is it. You click on it and that's it. You can now increase it small, medium. So mine is on large. So let's place it on large. Click, drag, drop it where you want to drop it. Then instead of searching for it again, you just double click on this, just duplicate this, Control D, drag it to the next part, and you drop it. Now this is a bag, so just bag, and we've gotten the bag. Now I like making sure that my designs are aligned. So what I'll do is I'll just click on the hamburger, hold down my shift, and I'll click on this bag. Then it will take me, this is your normal Figma, the normal Figma that we all know. It will take you to this part. Now we can now align the two together. As you can see, it's now aligned together. Then that's it. You come to this one, Control D. I've been trying to use Alt and to see if it will, it's working. So no need to be pressing Control D up and down. So you just change it to home. Now, how do I get these three aligned? I'll just hold it hold down hamburger, hold down this, hold down my cart, and I'll click on align, space out horizontally, vertically. I'll just align everything together. So now we've gotten the first part. We need a search box. So we'll still go over. It's just one very simple process. Just search for what you need. Scroll over to what you need. What are we looking for? A search bar. So you should have to be patient while looking for it. Sometimes you pass what you're looking for, but be patient, come back, search for it. So this is a search box. This is a search box. So I think we would have to use this one. So I would increase the font. So everything is working with font. I have to increase the font to like 40 or 60. Okay, let's do 40. I can now increase the size of this. Hold it by the side, increase it. Hold it by the side, also increase it. And I place it. So we've gotten our search button. So we can make it rounded or keep it like that. So I prefer making it rounded. So we've gotten it. Try to check out. So this is our search button. So there's an icon on it, search icon. You can uncheck all of them, or you can still put them if you want. If this is what is in your head. So let me uncheck all. So let it be like this. Okay, so the next thing is the same. We'll get our pizza, burger, and drink. So just to hold down Alt and you drag and drop. So this is pizza. It's small, so you can increase your deck size to 69, 14. Okay, yeah, it's okay. Hold down Alt and your shift together so that it will be together. Place it. Hold down Alt again and shift together. Place it. Edit it, double click on it and you edit your burger. Double click on it and you edit to drinks. So I want to align it as always. Okay, so that's it. This one, nobody is saying anything. Are we together?
Yes, we are together. I
Yeah.
just have a few questions to ask.
Okay, no, you don't need to choose this exact project I'm working on. But the thing is, you need to submit something today. Okay, so let me. Yes, the class, you can get it on YouTube after the. How did you, on how you did the button? I did not do anything. I just searched on these are on these controls, this part where they give us everything. Just search and see what's and you put it.
Did you?
Mommy.
Mm.
Mommy.
I don't know. I can't hear anything again. Is it from you or is general?
It's
I
general.
think
It's
it's
not
from
from
me.
me.
Let's be call.
It's general,
Yeah,
general.
please just hold on a bit, please. She's having a bit of a She'll be back soon.
Alright.
Just hold on, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, so what did I miss? I have a question regarding the tool we're using for my. Okay, Regina Pepful, what's your question about?
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, sorry, I came a bit late. However, I got to understand what we were doing, but I just find an issue with the tool. I'm trying to sign up. So it says now 30 days free trial.
Yes,
So
yes.
I can still sign up with the 30-day free trial.
Yes, yes, sign up with it.
So when the
So
trial expires, we have to pay for this one.
you can pay for it. It's not very expensive, it's cheap.
Okay,
So
thank you
you're
very much.
planning to get an international job and your employer wants you to use tools like this or something that would, it's not like you would want to, something that will hasten your design process.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. So let's continue. So I can get all right, we are back. So now this is a rectangle. So we have to go search for a rectangle. Increase it. I like increasing it from this part. If you don't like it like this, if you don't like it like this, you can use this position part of it to increase it. For me, I'm going to increase it like this. Okay, so we've gotten our rectangle. But if you notice, this is a rounded rectangle. So you come here and you change it to rounded rectangle. If you don't want it to have a border like that, so we've gotten that part. Now, we know that this is our placeholder for the image. When you enter your app in the for the first time, you get to see it will surely contain food. So now let's go down. I still don't know how the app will look like, but I just know that this is how my arrangement I want it to be. So the same process. So this is like helping us to speeding our design process. Once you're done, you can export it with Figma and you can work from there. So I'll hold down my alt and I'll still duplicate this one. Most popular. Duplicate this. And I'll make this smaller to 24. Use it as my CMOR. So I'll drag it just to align it with my rectangle and the rest of them. Center. So Now we need a card. So I know that I want to design a card. So you can get a rectangle. So this is our rectangle. So what I'm going to do is to look for an image placeholder. Okay, I already have one. Yes, so I'll just hold down Alt and I'll reduce it to fit what I want to do. So when I include my price, and there's something I'm missing out. Now, I know that using UX, I know that once you have a mail or something like this, there should be like a love icon that will make you click as your favorite. So you can include it. How do you get icons? I've said it before. You look for icon. Let me try this search to see if I can see something. Oh, we've been wasting time since. Icon, click and you drag it. Okay, this is where it's coming to the first part of my screen. So this is the icon box. So we can place it somewhere here and search for hearts or love. Okay. We can keep it. So it should be down here. So we can change the color so that it will show.
What did it use in the... Sorry, we can't hear you anymore. Hello.
Sorry. Okay, so you can change the color if you want. This is outline. I don't want outline. Let me go back to select the field one. So, and I'll change it to large or medium. Anyhow, let's say we place it here. So we placing it here, we know that once we are putting our image, we have to use a rectangle to make the color pop out. So let's go to text. We already have our text here, so it's just to hold down your Alt, drag it to this point, then rename it to barbecue fried chicken. Barbecue fried chicken. So reduce it to 20. So now I can include my price. I can include my price, hold down Alt and drag it. My price, I'm already using dollars, so let's say $10 for this. Increase the price because your users want to see how much I want to pay for this chicken. How much am I paying for? How much am I using to pay for it? It's not when I click on it first before I wanna see price. Let me see price from the starting to know if I will like it or not. So you align it, then the next. So I can make this bold. Okay, it's already a bold text. So I'll reduce Alt, drag it down, reduce this one to let's say 18, and just write anything you want. Burger King. So let's say this is it. So align. I have to align it. So now I will do down alt everything. I have to copy everything. I'll group it. Without grouping it, I'll just duplicate, alt, duplicate, and hold down shift to place it here. So I can ungroup from here, then make this the heart to be on field. So it will be like, I already love it, and yeah, I don't love it. So something like this, we are getting there. We're almost finishing this. Control G. Let's see if it's aligned. Yes, it is. So I'll take it up a bit so that I would have space. So are we together? Are we following? That's the most important thing. Are we following?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, so now we need to look for a line. Let me go with this one. View. So can you see my screen? Okay, it's coming to.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see horizontal lines. Okay, this is what we are looking for, not this. So I can delete this. Okay, it's back. So I would drag it to where I want it to be. So now I need icons down. So it's just, instead of using this normal icon, we'll now get to choose icons and label. So I'll just drag icons and label down, and I'll change the label to home. That's label text. It's small, so I'll increase it to, let's say, 40, or 40 is too big. Let's leave it at 40. Then I'll search for home. See that the 40 is too big. So I'll reduce the 40 to 32, then increase my icon to large. So I'll just duplicate it. Change this to message. Message. Then double click on the text to message or chat, anyone you want to use. You hold down alt again and settings. To settings. So let's align everything together. So it's aligned now. Okay, so one last thing to do is to change this to the disabled states. Change this to disabled states. You might decide not to do it like this. I did not change it from here. I changed the color myself. Or any how you want it. As you can see, we've already gotten the full, not really the full picture, but already know how our app will be like. So then we can still go further to design another screen, which is, let me hold on Alt and drag it to this point. So now this next screen we are designing is, once you click on one of the most popular food you have here, the next screen. I'm trying to use the simplest term. So once you click, what do you want to see? I know that you want to see the full picture. This is a small picture of the food. You want to see the full picture of the food. You want to see the description of the food. Then you want to see a checkout button. So let's go. So you can decide to make this cover your screen, case maybe. Okay, so let's say we need the name of the food, barbecue fried chicken. Barbecue fried chicken. So this should be used for description. Control D. So we can. So what I want to do is I want to copy this and make it food. Control C. Control. So it's okay. So we just need to bring out I want this to enter here, so I have to delete one of it. Let's leave it there. Okay, so this is it. So we can decide to see rating. So let's use this, Alt, let's search for rating. Okay, I already have it. So just to duplicate it, hold down Shift, duplicate it. It's normally 5, so 5. So align it, make it align together first. So this is it. You can make all this. Now we would have just used the outline fill color, but we can still do it from here by disabling it, sending it, making it. Oh, so it's not going to work. We don't have the option for it, so we have to make use of this instead. Okay, so it's good. Our button. Create a button. And this should be checked. Okay, so as you can see, we've come up with an app. It's not left for us to take it to Figma and make it fine. So this is the point I want us to talk. Any questions so far? If you're having difficulty, this is the point.
Okay, please. My phone screen is not this size. How did you make your screen this big? Because what I have for iPhone is not as big as this.
You would have to increase it. You just click on it and you see the transformation too. So you increase it holding down shift. You've seen it?
Okay, yeah. Then how about the text?
The text should come to this page, search for it. This is text, some text. Or you can search from here, this quick add to speeding up your process. But I think I prefer scrolling down that I see what I need.
I have the text, but I can't scale it like, I can't make it into 2 lines. I'm having
It's because of the text you used.
Okay.
I'm looking for the exact one we used. Okay, this is the one we used. Text. So once you have this one, you can add as many lines as possible.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. When you were working with icons, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Okay.
I can hear
when
you.
Working with icons, there was how you search for the icons on the platform. Yes, there was how you search yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
this is
second
the
question
icon.
goes, okay.
Okay, so once you click on the icon, you can see where you have shopping bag. So you cannot change it. You can search for anything you want. Once you click on it, it changes to the exact one.
Sorry.
Okay. You click on, okay, this is where first you get your icon box.
Okay. I can see that, yeah.
Okay, you can see that. Once you get it, just click on the icon. At the right hand side, you would see the position and everything. So what you do is, this is icon, you just search and look for the icon you're looking for. If it's bag, you type bag and it automatically changes for you. If it's setting, you type setting and you select the exact one you want, and it's automatically changed. So what's your next question?
Okay, the next question
I hope
is
I hope people are making it fine, because you would export this and you will send it. You post it on your LinkedIn, Instagram, on the group chat. You post it everywhere, telling the world that you've learned that to use Basemic. So hope as you're designing, you're putting it into consideration that it should be fine. My alignment, I can do it anyhow because I'm not submitting it, but your own, make sure it's very fine. And so you can freestyle. You have follow box here. You can add colors, but remember it's wireframe we are doing first. All right. So sorry, your next question.
Okay, my next question is how do you make a rectangle rounded? Because I can see that at the point you made your few of your rectangles here inside here rounded.
Okay, so once you click on the rectangle, you can see this part that has border. No border, square, rounded corners, dash. So you just click on it and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. How did you come about the search box and the text inside?
The search box and the text inside. Okay, so still from this library, you scroll, there's a search, this is the search box. So you just drag it in. This is search box has icon, but we did not use our icon. We unchecked the icon part. How did you get the star? So it's still the same process. You click on your icon container, you hold down Alt, take it here, and just search by this part star, and you get the star. This is the point where you talk if you have issue or forever remain silent.
Okay, so I'm trying to.
All right, so let's do it like Tammy. Okay, let's do it like this. Adela, you can talk.
Okay, so I want to ask how you take that box under the most popular with the icon, how you were able to insert the text, like.
Okay, so
And
I
also
just
the line after it.
Okay, so I just do a rectangle and I enlarged it the size I want. Then I get my image placeholder, which is this, and I put it in it, just drag and place it there. And I enlarge it also to the size I want it to be. Enlarge it to the size I want it to be. Then put in your text and the rest of them. Then this line, this is it, H rule. So you just drag it and you place it and you enlarge it. The thing is, anything you place here, it will be small. It's left for you to enlarge it to the size you want it to be. So that's it.
Okay.
Please, what's the deadline for the submission?
We are posting it now. That's why I asked if you're doing it at the same time.
Hello?
Okay, so I'll give you 30 minutes to post it. 30 minutes.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, go on.
Please, I'm sorry, how do I select the right frame, iPhone frame?
You just click on iPhone, drag it, and you'll be the one to expand it to anyhow you want to do it, holding down shift. You can see, so it's not like we are the ones that expanded ours to this frame.
Sorry, ma.
So
does it come automatic if you select any of the models?
Okay, so from here we have iPhone 4, 5, they are all the same, and SE. So from X is different. This is 8, this is 4 downwards. So depending, but you'll be the one to increase the size to what you want. They just give you the design pattern of the iPhone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I'm trying to get the way you did the button, but I'm not getting it. Now it's not saying border.
The button?
Yes, the button.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you unchecked this. Check it. Show border.
Okay.
No, please. How did you get the line? The line in the second frame. The one
This
I got
is
was H rule, right? It looks very
yes,
funny.
that's it.
It looks funny on my own.
She just drag it and increase. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Sorry,
looks funny on your own.
Buma.
All right.
Okay.
Some of us that don't
That I have what?
have light now, area, and hopefully we have light this night. Can we still submit it?
Yes, you can. You're posting it on your social media, and let me send the hashtags you'll be using on the chat. So I'll still send it on our group chat.
All right.
So these are the hashtags. And make sure you tag KodeCamp and Coders House.
Okay, one
And
more
also,
thing.
okay, you also post it on the group so that we can also see, and I'll make corrections. I know I have few, but I'll still make corrections because you're meant to align your work and every other thing.
Okay. So to get other icons, you click on any of the icons and then search the one you're looking
Yes,
for.
just search. Yeah,
You
just
click
search
on any
for
of the
it.
icons, duplicate, and then search.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, well, so how do you first introduce icon on any of the, like on the first screen?
Okay, so you this is icon. So what you do is you just scroll till you see it. So this is it. The one we use down is icon name, icon and label. So this is the other icon. So what you just do is once you get it, you search for it. Let's say mail. And you can now expand it medium, large, extra large, XXX. And you're getting your icon.
Hello, Mama, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my button is a bit thick.
Thick? How?
I checked it and then it's looking thicker than your own. Your own is very thin.
It's just for my setting. This is, let's say 60, 72. It's border and the rest of them. It's the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
But then if you can share your screen and show us what you mean by it's very thick.
No, it's not empty. I said it's thicker. The button border.
Okay, no problem. When you submit it, we'll see the thickness. I wanted to know what you meant by being thick. Okay.
Okay, sorry, please, can you show me how you align again?
Okay, so you just hold down what you want to align. Which should I? Okay, this. Hold down the three of them, and you use these controls. You can see it space out vertically, space out horizontally, any of these. But I like aligning to the middle, so everything will be together. Then you space out. So that's how I align. So these I'm supposed to space this out also. So let me hold down all together. Space it together. Then I'll group it. I want to space the spaces between these three. I want it to be equal. So I just, and that's it.
Is there nothing like layouts grid for browser?
No, there's no layout grid for now. Okay, so let's move over quickly to how to
how do we export?
Yeah, that's where I'm coming to. So you go to projects, you see exports, and you click on exports. Now it will show you you export all wireframe. That's if it's just you export all or you export just one. So I'm exporting all. So you can export as PDF or images. So we want images. So just export it. And that's it. Well, is this how it came out? So let me see if I will export it one after the other.
Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
so hello, I can hear you.
Please,
so see,
is there a way
do you see what
adjust
happened?
space?
So do you see what happened? I exported it and this is how it came out. So I want to show you in case you experience it. I'm coming. Let me open my screenshot. Can you see it now?
No.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Let me stop to share first. And let me share my. Okay, let me share this. So this is how it came out. Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is how it came out.
Yes.
After exporting it. Do you know why it came out like that?
You exported all screen, right? All wireframe, right?
Yes. So let's see how to do this. So click on one, export it. I want to say something, but we are live, so I'm not going to say it. So you export as image a set of wireframes. Let me see a set of current wireframe. Export full wireframe.
Does it matter if we take the transparent background?
No, it doesn't matter. So I just want to see how it will come out. It's still so that's how we export it. So you can just click on this export. Hope we've gotten it. Export all wireframe, PDF or images. Export current selection. So use export the current selection, then you export it. And that's it. So you have to export it one after the other. Because if you export it using the other, if you export it using this, if you export it using export full wireframe, it's going to export all the boxes you have there. So depending, you can decide to export it as one or export it one after the other, depending on how you want to post it. Because I know that some of you want to still do another design on Figma, like use a mock-up to present it, depending. But just do something and let's post today. So this is 6:30.
Sorry, please, can I ask a quick question? The space between the home message and settings, is there a way to adjust it if you want it to be more spaced out or less spaced out?
Yes, you can.
No, like the home message and settings.
Home is, yes, you can. Is to drag it to any point you want.
Oh, no.
I'm doing it like, is this not what you mean?
In terms of like spacing, you know, there's a, when you align, you can also space out.
Yes.
So like, is there a way to like increase it? Maybe like you do on Figma, you can add the space. Maybe you want it to be 50, 45, something like that.
This is where you can do all that. This place. So you can, I want you need to remember, this is a wireframing tool and not a prototyping tool. It's not Figma. It just helps you speeding your process of time through. So you don't expect it to have all those other options.
Please, I want to ask, can you tell us the amount of the balsamic?
Amount. Once you're signing up, you should see there's more expensive actually. It's not expensive.
I saw $9 per month.
Yeah, $9 per month.
Oma, can
Yes.
we categorize this as mid level?
Yeah, this is mid. This is mid now.
It's mid, all right.
Yes.
Sorry, I have a
Normally,
question.
if you said, okay, sorry, man.
Sir, my laptop is faulty, so I could just only record and I don't know. So I don't know. Is there a software I can use that I'll be able to use my phone instead of the laptop?
No. No. So once you charge your laptop, you can still, now the good thing about this is this video is being streamed on YouTube. So after the class, you would still have access to the video. So you can use the night to do it. But for those of you that you showed me your hands that you were following along, you have to send something. So that's your proof that you're in class and you learned something.
Please, is it auto-save? Is balsamic auto-save?
Yes, it is. Okay, one last question. Have we gotten the hashtag? Please, someone should help me copy it and post it on the group.
Please, how many screens are we wireframing? Like, how many?
How many screens are you thinking in your head? Just to how many? Okay, or should I limit it to? No, I don't want to limit it to anything. So just wireframe anything that's in your head.
Okay.
Yes.
I did exactly what you did. So I
Okay,
have
it's
3
fine.
screens.
Because I already did this sample and I kept it before the class. When I was preparing for the class, I had to do it and keep it there. So that's why I have multiple screens.
So Buma, I have an unrelated question.
I have a question.
Okay.
So I've reviewed my assignments and I'm yet to be added to the intermediate class.
Okay, I'll check that after this class. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Boma, sorry.
Yes, ma. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Good evening. And please, in case that the screen couldn't contain maybe your layout,
expand it. Expand it.
I'll keep drawing it down.
Yeah, expand it. See you get what you want.
Expanding, is it? I'm talking about in height, not in width.
The height.
Yes.
No.
If I'm to scroll
Look
down.
at the height.
Okay.
One good thing I even saw on this Barsemic is it will give you. Let me look for it. Okay. So I've forgotten where I saw it, but I would get to. So if you have multiple things on your screen, it can give you a scroll tab. So instead of to just give you an option to place it. I can't find it here, but when I was working in the afternoon, I saw it. So when I see it, I would still.
Okay, no problem.
Send across. Yeah. So this is it. So if you have multiple things and you want your users to know that it's scrollable, you just place it there and that's it. So you can add anything you want to add on your wireframe, like anything, to even alert box. Alert goes here, yes, no, okay. So to even alert box, let's see, 60. Can you see it? Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, no. So let's quit. Are you sure you want to quit? So wireframing is trial and error. So you continue till you get what you want to get. You know how to use this, right? And on an empty screen where you have quit button. So once you press quit, are you sure you want to quit? This should be on another screen, I guess. Yes, another, I guess. So Alt and you drag it down. So I can place this here.
It doesn't have bring to front.
It has. Just right click and you see it bring to front, bring to back, and the rest of them. So that's it. So any more question before we call it a day?
Where do we zoom in and zoom out?
You use your normal shift and plus. Shift and plus.
All right.
So someone please help me post the hashtag on the Slack channel. So when am I expecting the design? Okay, when am I expecting this design? You have no, yes, tonight. I need to see the post. Just tag KodeCamp and CodeHouse. I would see the designs. Also send on the Slack channel so that we would all see it together.
So how many social media places are we posting it? Sorry. Can we just post on only one?
You can post it. Okay, the whole idea of this is to make noise, make people know that you're a designer. You know, one thing about people giving you a job is once they are seeing what you are doing, they'll just ask you one. Somebody can just ask you one day, I've been seeing you post this. Are you a UX designer? Yes. Can you do this for me? Yes, that's it. So we are trying to boost your confidence to post on social media. Like I told you initially, I'm not a social media person, but I would not want my students to be quiet like me. If not that people know what I've done and the rest of the, okay, should I say my picture is the one that is pushing me? Because once they see my picture, they just assume that I'm a techie. But then I want you guys to boost your confidence, post Twitter, Instagram, and make people know that you are learning. Own your process of learning so that by the time you're done in these 4 months, before the end of the 4 months, you can get jobs. And I want you to be in the situation like sometimes we just come to class and we're talking about the job you got and how you can work on it. Let's say someone gets a gig on to design a food delivery app. And you can reach out. We can use the class to teach you on how to go about it, so that by the time you submit it to your client will know that yes, this one is coming from somewhere. So don't be shy, don't be scared. Reach out to me on the group chat, send messages. If you have a job, any issue, talk. And in this class, I want us to be our brother's keeper. So if you have a question and your mentor or instructor is not around, and you can do a short video and screen record your screen and send it. Do it. We learn together. Thank you for listening to my pep talk. Okay, one more question. And
please, how can I reach out to you, please?
On Slack, send your message. You see me there, Boomer at Boomer.
All right, thank you.
But send it in the group chat so that everybody will learn. Not my personal DM, because I cannot answer your question. Go to another person's. So I was
the one that said I've not been added to the private channel. That was why.
Okay, we will look into that one later after this class. Okay, thank you. Any question related to Balsamic? Right. I guess we are.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Are we replicating what you did, or we should just do anything?
Do anything. But if you have done what I did, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So I don't want you to be limited so that you can try out different things on Balsamic. So you don't get to just use rectangle, image placer, search button like I did. You can try app bar, header, footer, any of these things. Increase in anything you need to try out. Just try out different things with it. But this night, I want to see the tagging and the posting. All right, thank you, guys.
Sorry, please, Boma.
Okay.
The
Yeah, I can hear you.
The button icon.
Okay. For which one?
For the home page, like the onboarding page, actually.
Okay, how do you add it? Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
this
and
is
how
button.
you apply the background picture.
This is button. You just drag and drop it. Then you type what you want to type. Login. Let's say it's login. So login. Then you click on it and you increase it. So you can only increase it using the text, this text part. You can see I've increased it.
Okay.
And that's it. You can increase this part of it too. But what you can increase is, yeah, you can increase it. So it's just to increase it as you want. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we are good, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining today's class.
Sorry,
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, ma.
I'm trying to move my screen, but it's only the screen that is moving. The content are not moving.
What you do is you highlight everything and you move them.
Together. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For the last time, thank you for joining today's class. Hope to see you on Wednesday. Happy to meet you guys.
Monday now.
Miss you on no, yes, on Monday, sorry. Happy to miss you on live class, but not on Slack, because we'll still talk on Slack.
All right.
All right, guys. Bye.